All right, so this is a quick video how I approach the market based off of Forex Factory. Now, today we had no news, right? So it was a free fall day to trade. However, we got the rest of the week. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's check out the news dates. So what we got here? We got Tuesday, Fed, the Fed Chair Powell testifies. That's really not a lot. As you can see, look, nothing really goes on. Not too concerned about that. So we got another day that's pretty much not really newsy. And then tomorrow, the man talks again. He's talking too much. We got 2 days, no news. Now check this out. This is how I approach to give out the setups. Thursday and Friday, we got core CPI-MM, and then we got PPI back to back. So the question is, where is all of the volume at? The volume's on Thursday, potentially the volume's on Thursday, which shows me tomorrow and Wednesday are going to be one of these days are going to be a not so good day of trading. So instead of going into the market and actually trading on New York, one of these days are not going to be so well. I'm going to put guess instead of the guessing game. Both of the days are not days I'm trading New York because all the volume is going to be right here. So these are going to be days where the market is going to give you a very beautiful setup and it's going to lose. I need y'all to understand that. You're going to find out that one of these days is going to give you a beautiful setup and it's going to lose on purpose. Why? Because this day is the volume day and it needs liquidity. So one of these days is going to give you a setup and it's going to lose. Your psychology is going to be off. And then you're going to approach Thursday trying to get your money back and get ripped in half. That's how this market works. Somebody got to be the liquidity, correct? So if we are going to trade on these days, Tuesday and Wednesday, I prefer to this day, Tuesday, maybe we can get away with trading. The way it looks news wise, maybe we can get away with taking a low probability. I mean, not low probability, a high probability setup with a lower lot size. And then we have New Zealand news. So we probably won't be able to trade Asian session this day. So we have to trade New York session tomorrow, Tuesday. We're going to skip out on Asian session. Wednesday, we're probably going to skip out on trading New York session because at this point, I feel like Wednesday is looking like the day that's going to be the problem. We're going to get a really good setup and it's going to lose. That's just what the market does. So maybe Wednesday. So for the rest of the week, Asian session Tuesday, Asian session Wednesday, maybe. Yeah, maybe Wednesday. Lower risks. CPI news happened. We trade after the news. So after 8:30 a.m. Central Time, we'll trade it. We'll see if we can get a trade set up. No trade set up. Oh well. So maybe another Asian session day to trade, right? Friday. Well, no, wait a minute. If we got Friday PPI, Asian session is probably going to be a trap. So if we trade after core CPI and we don't see no setup, then this is a no trade day on Thursday. Friday, trade after the news. And that's pretty much the week. Let me show you something real quick. Like to this, where was today? NAS 100. When there's days when there's no news, I want y'all to understand what happens. It's a pattern. Look at this whipsaw. This was like 7 o'clock in the morning when market opened up. Whipsaw, 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 start doing whatever it wanted to, and then shot up. You know what I'm saying? And well, actually, it was all this. All of this was Let me do this. All of this happened during London. So London went sideways and went up. You got liquidity that was sitting right here that got taken out. You had a supply that was right here, and it looked like it was going to be a beautiful supply setup. But look, It wicked out, trapped sellers into this move. So people were selling because they're thinking, okay, liquidity grab, supply zone, and look what ends up happening. Shoots up. And this is the example I try to tell you guys. When there's news for the week, set trades that are textbooks like this. Let me get this crap off here. It looks retarded. So trades like this that should have probably won and probably dropped because literally, I'm showing you this. This was the liquidity. It should have went down there, but it never went down there to take out this move, and it shot up. Why did it do that? Because it needs to create liquidity for CPI and PPI. So the market is going to give you setups that you would think, oh, I need to take. And it's going to purposely give you those setups so you can become liquidity. Once you can get the understanding of that, then you'll stop being so emotional about trading in the market and you start picking days based off of where the news is at and identifying where the volume is at. Because now you would look at people who were looking for sales all day and it whipsawed and played games, and then it made a structure break right here. And then now this is the new demand. You can look at the M15 and see that that's the low. But if you go on the M5, it's really that candle right there that came down. I'm going to highlight it. Let me highlight it. This is the candle that came down and made the demand now. And after it took out the high, came down, tapped it right there, and then start squiggling. I call it squiggling. And then it tapped it one more time and it skyrocketed. So this should have been, a lot of people were trying to take sales still and got ripped to pieces today because there has to be liquidity for this news. So you could literally put the stops below low and take it for the new high or whatever you was going to do. People do 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, whatever you was going to do. I actually saw this coming. I actually took this NAS 100 trade. I just didn't call it out because we already called out a gold trade that won. So I only try to do one trade signal a day. That way I'm showing you guys that with consistency of trading one trade a day, that'll take the stress away from trading. And then you can manage your stop losses accordingly to your accounts. So remember, if there's a lot of news, we'll go back. If there's news at the end of the week, you best believe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to find your setup and it's going to lose. Get that through your head. So either you're going to do two things, not trade those days or minimize your risk factor so you won't be so upset. Because these you could have lost today on this NAS 100, then tomorrow could be a trap day because there ain't no volume, and then Wednesday could give you your setup, and your setup will lose, all for you to get so frustrated in 3 days to come to the news for the next 2 days and blow your account. That's just how the market is set up. It's psychologically set up to destroy you. But once you start understanding that and you get your system down and allow faith through your system to work things out instead of you and your emotions, then you'll be successful. I probably said something that went over your head. Maybe one day you'll get it. But that is the approach with the market. I was trying to explain that to somebody else. They wasn't getting it. So I made this little short to mid-sized video to let you understand that. Other than that, we will see you tomorrow in the New York session to catch some more setups. Peace.